Hello there, good morning, and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours live help sessions. This is where you can ask quick question regarding AskSpot and get live help. We also do this live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools work in real use cases. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, and very nice to see you all here. We have Eric Smith, we have Eric Carter, Connie. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, James. Thank you all for joining. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for others to join, do you have any questions for me right now, or are we here to watch the live build?
I have two questions.
Mhm.
And good morning to you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Um, First question came to my mind when you said about doing the live build. A while back on a call, you said that most of these didn't end up in the where we could download them, but some of the ones that you were building a few weeks ago, you were also putting them in the AskSpot school group. So currently, like the one you're going to do today, will it be posted in the school group or no?
It will. We have started posting these live help sessions to the school group ever since I started doing the live builds. So yeah, we do post those so that we can go back to it. I also make sure to put the duplicate link of what was built, or what tool was built that day, so that you can have a copy of it and duplicate it to your ASPAT account.
Very good. Okay. But the main question that I had, so let's say I'm building a chat bot, it's gonna a regular website chat bot,
Uh-huh.
just answer questions for people so that it'll free up staff not having to ask the or answer the same old questions. So in this scenario, can you do this? So let's say I ask how, where or how do I do something that the business does?
Right.
And so when it gives the answer, for instance, can it do two things in one ask? And what I mean by that is, let's say they wanted to do XYZ and they
Right.
just needed the link to go to XYZ, but they may not know how to do whatever. So they might need a link to go to a tutorial, a video, a PDF, a
Right.
screenshot, or what. So can one action have two links, like say, like to go to this where you need to go here, but if you don't know how to do it, click here.
Yeah, I think we've already tried building a similar one before, where I think it's like we're giving them the link to the live demo of the product, but we're also giving them like a separate link if they want to kind of like book a link or something like that, book a meeting or something like that. So yeah, you can do that, but I highly suggest inputting that on the AI system prompt to make sure that it will work on that condition.
Okay, well, when I get ready to do that, I'll be scheduling a session with you,
Yeah.
but I didn't
Mhm.
schedule a session just to ask that one question because
Right.
I need to know that like right away because I'm at a critical point with this client's bot. It's one that you and I worked on before, and now we're getting ready to deploy
Oh,
it soon. So
awesome.
anyway, that was a biggie. So thank you so much for your help on that.
That's great to hear, Connie. Okay, let's see here. I see a few more others have joined. Welcome to the live health session. So again, this is where you can ask me questions regarding ASPOT. Do you
Oh,
have any
yeah.
questions at
So
all
we'll have
before?
a meeting after this. We need to discuss American LED. It's really pretty upset right now. I don't know
Um,
but it's broken for.
Sorry about that. All right. So yeah, as I was saying, let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments, or feel free to unmute your mic also, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you may have regarding ASPOT. But for today's build, let me show you what we will be building live here on the call today. Let me go to the ASPOT user community, and I posted a poll yesterday. Were you guys able to see that poll that I posted yesterday? Oop. I selected that. Just type yes if you were able to see this post on the school group, or no if not.
I haven't gone to the school group since last week, so I'm sorry I missed it, but I will check it out. Thank you.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine, Connie. Yeah, I was just showing this to everyone. So I was gathering insights for the what kind of builds that you guys like to see on this live help sessions. Of course, I want to make sure that I make this most helpful for you guys. So I added a few ideas, AskSpot tool ideas in here. So depending on the one that has the most votes, we will be going through that today. So because Instant Ballpark Estimator for service businesses got the most votes, that's what we will be tackling today. Next week we will be tackling and we will our topic will be Event Finder and Ticket Lookup API, which is super cool. Because with this one we will be using Ticketmaster's API to look up local events and where they can purchase those Ticketmaster API. So this will be super cool. Let's see here. I saw the message but didn't get the chance to respond. There's at least three I would like. Oh, I would love to see your vote on here, Robin. Let's see. You guys can still vote on this, okay? But for today, we will be building the instant ballpark estimator for service businesses. So let me just show you guys a glimpse of how it will look like once we've done building it. Don't worry, I will be providing the import link for this in IntelliForm, so you can go ahead and import it to your AskSpot account and have like a live build that you already have that you can show to potential clients. You just need to white label it, add a few things, add a few touches, and I think after that you'll be done with it. So here's how the form looks like. So for this one, so this IntelliForm can work for multiple service businesses. So it can be for cleaning services, it can be for painting services. But since we will niche down today, I thought let's focus on creating one for a landscape company or a landscape business. So that's why this form is tailored to that. But you can reuse this for any other service-based businesses or clients that you may have. So let's get started. Let me go to my Spot account right here. Oh, I already prepared the context document that we will be using to add to the AI or to the tool that we are building today. So I like to get the context document or the knowledge base already prepared, so we can just add it to the AI. So if you're doing a similar thing, if you're building tools for a client, you may want to gather all of the relevant info, data, any knowledge, or any data at all that you can add to the chatbots or to the tools knowledge that will be super, super helpful to have. So let me go here to AskSpot and click on bot samples. My internet's a little slow today. Sorry about that. There you go. Click create. And we will be using IntelliForm for this. So I think let's name it ballpark estimator. Okay, there you go. So the idea for this is very simple, but it's also very powerful because the prospects fill out a form or a short form about their yard size, their service needs, and immediately get a price estimate. So it's not mainly the final code, but it can help set expectations and filters out the people with unrealistic budgets. So the result that we want for this is that the business's sales team only spends time on leads who already understand the ballpark pricing and are still interested. So this form can help them save time, improve the lead quality, and build trust early in the funnel. So first thing that we will build, let's jump in. Let's start by adding a cover letter right here. Welcome users to your form. So I like to add that first. Okay. And then for the title, then we just get this right here. Get a fast landscaping price estimate and save that. 1 second. Let me minimize the zoom controls. Keeps getting on my view. There you go. Okay, next, let's see. Let's add like a subtitle about this form. So it's fast, it's free, and helps you decide if you're a good fit before scheduling a consultation. Good thing here is also you can have the AI respond or from format a response that will ask them to book a consultation also. So let me add another one, which is a paragraph right here. I think. Let me get that again. So curious about what your landscaping project might cost. This quick form provides a ballpark estimate based on your lawn size and the services you select. So let's add that. And I like to add a disclaimer too. So we will be using the notification block for that. So let me just drag it right here and select that to open it. And then we will add a disclaimer that this is just a rough estimate only. And the final pricing depends on the in-person evaluation of their property and their project needs. So let's save the changes for that. So it's nice to have a disclaimer on tools like this. Next, let me add an image. There you go. And let's upload. Okay, so I just got this one from Google Photos, upload. Okay, so that's been uploaded successfully. You can also select the image alignment here. I think that's fine. So let's save changes now. There you go. All right, I think our cover letter, our cover page looks great. Let me just make sure this is already active. And next thing that we will do for this tool is to add the form pages. So that will be right here on the form pages. Let me just rename this to project details. There you go. And save changes. Okay, so this first page focuses on the yard and the project details. So let's add the input block for that. First thing that we will ask is their lawn size in square feet. So let's just add the unique ID. That's very important to add the unique ID first. As for the label, it's the exact question that we're asking. So what's the approximate size of your lawn? And then just a placeholder text right here. And another one for the helper text. So a rough estimate is totally fine. This just helps calculate the scope and pricing. So let's add that. Next, we will be asking them for what kind of landscaping services they need. So depending on the business, what kind of services they provide, let's add a multi-select block right there. And then for the unique ID, let's add landscaping underscore services. Next, let's just ask them what kind of landscaping services do you need? And then helper text, we want them to choose all that apply to their project. So in that case, let's give them a number of options. So we'll just add that. There you go. All right. First is this, and then let me just add them all right here on this list so that the user of this tool has a lot of options available. Planting, trimming, and then lawn treatment, and then tree or shrub removal. There you go. So I think that's 7 services. So let me just make sure to change this to 7 since they can choose all that apply to their project. Okay, save changes for that. Next, we will ask if this is a one-time job or is it a recurring service. So I think let's use the select block for that. Okay, so add the unique ID. Next is the label field. So the exact question that you are asking. And then for the placeholder, just select your answer. And then helper text, choose yes if you're looking for ongoing maintenance. So let me just put yes and no in here. Exit out of that. And I think this looks great. So let's save that. Okay. So those are the only three questions. We're making this super easy for the user to complete. So let me just add another one to collect their contact information. So we will be collecting the name, email, and phone number up front so that the sales team of the business can follow up without needing a separate, question or asking a different question. So let's add those right now. First is the full name. Let me just delete this. We don't really need that. So for the full name, let me just put that. Unique ID, and then label is your name. Placeholder, type here, that's fine. And then let me just remove this. Save changes. Next, let's get the email. So we already have like a few contact fields in here or a few contact blocks in here. So let's just change the unique ID and ask them to enter your email. There you go. Next is the phone number. Okay, I think that's the wrong one. There you go. Let me just delete that. And for the phone number, so let me just get the unique ID again for the phone. And then let's add a helper text that's saying our team may call to confirm the details so that they know what to expect. Okay, so that's the contact page. Let me just rename that contact details. Save changes. Okay, so this is basically how it looks like right now. We added our cover page, the project details page, and the contact details page. The next step now is to add our source. So I like what I mentioned earlier, I already have a knowledge-based document prepared for this. If you guys also want a copy of this, let me know. I can also provide this exact document. So let me just make sure that this is under viewer mode. Okay. And add that right here under integrations. There you go. Save that. And let me also put that on the chat. So this is the link to the document. When it comes to this Google Docs, you may want to click on file and then click the make a copy button right here. So this allows you to duplicate this exact document to your account so that you have it already saved on there. So just click the just click file and then make a copy since this is in viewer mode. Okay, so that's been added to our sources. Next is we will set up the prompt builder. So this is where the magic happens. So the prompt that we are adding is we are adding the structured inputs and we will calculate a price range using logic. So basically we're calculating the square footage, services, and a recurring discount. So let me just click here under prompt and I will show you guys the exact prompt that I am using for this. Just get that, paste that right here. Okay, there you go. So first part of the prompt, we're just basically explaining its role. And then we are asking it what inputs it will be using. So what do you call this? The IDs that we added earlier on each of the blocks that we added. So we have the full name there, project details, recurring services. So these are the IDs that we need. And then for the pricing logic, so we do need to set our pricing logic. So of course, this depends on the pricing of the business. But for this specific example that we're building right here, we are starting with a base rate of 0.20 per square foot of the lawn area, and then add of the following flat rate service fees per 1,000 square foot. Okay. And then we also asked it to, if the recurring service says yes, apply a 10% discount to the total cost um, of the project. So do not change the base rate. It will always be. I added this because when I was testing it earlier, I noticed the AI was like going out of its base rate. So let's make sure to add prompts like this, limitations like this to the AI, because sometimes it can, wander off from what you are wanting it to do. So I added it for that. And then I asked it to calculate the total, which is the base plus all the service fees, and then apply a 10% discount if their curving service says yes, and then calculate the 90% to 110% range of the project. So I also provided it with an output format, so it knows what kind of or how to present its results exactly to the user. So again, like what I'm saying, everything everything when it comes to AI relies on the prompting. So as you can see right here, we have also a sample final output. So here's how it should provide the output that we want. There you go. So now let's save changes for this. Let me just save that prompt, make sure that's saved. Okay. Next, let's see here, customization. Do we want to show progress bar in the form? That's fine. Preparing results. Okay. I think that's fine too. Let's see here. Do you want the user to allow chat with AI response? Not really. I think this is good to go now. So I think let's do a preview. I think we're good with this, and let us start with the test. So now that our form is built, we will be validating if the prompt logic that we added earlier is working. So we're just checking for a few things in here. We want to make sure that there's the accuracy of the base rate, and then the service fees being calculated properly. We have to make sure that it is adding that discount logic for recurring services. We also wanted to make sure that we are getting the 90% to 110% of the total. So let's add a test in here. Okay, so 2000, and then this should be mowing, weeding, trimming, and pruning. And then is this a one-time job or a recurring service? Yes. And next. Let's see here. And there you go. Okay, so let's just wait for the AI output. Okay. Wow. So we didn't get the output that we want because, okay, so it wasn't able to recognize our ID. So let's just make sure that we have the correct IDs in here. Okay. Let's go to the prompt builder and let's see what went wrong in there. Use the following inputs. I think we need to add the project details over here. Okay, so let's add that. Input, another input. And then we will be asking for, see here, project details, okay. Unique ID should be that. And then the label, and then Over here on helper text, let's just add a little bit and save changes. Okay, so anything you'd like to share about your project. Now let me go to the prompt again. So that's been added. Project details has been added with the correct ID. Okay, now let's see here. If recurring service is yes, apply a 10% discount. Let's add a hashtag right here so that it will be able to get the input for this since that's our format. There you go. It looks like it should look like this. Let's see. Where else did we go wrong in here? So another one for recurring service. Okay, there you go. This one, it's this one. And let's see the other ones. Full name. Okay. So I'm just skimming through the prompt. Okay, I think this is fine now. So let's try to do another test. Yes, and say 2000. Next it should be flowing, and then trimming and weeding, and then yes, this is current service, and just add details about the project. And submit that. Okay. Okay, there you go. So I think it still wasn't able to get our, or please replace the placeholders with the appropriate values. So the AI is saying it wasn't able to get the inputs from the user. So again, let's troubleshoot that and make sure that the AI is getting the inputs that it needs to be able to provide or present this prompt right here. So see. Go back to our system prompt and let me just make sure everything's correct in here. Highlight this. I think this will help with the AI recognizing the inputs. Okay, pricing logic. Okay. If recurring service is yes, let me just remove this character. Apply a 10% discount. I wonder if it matters if it's a lowercase or not. See here, recurring service again. And then full name. Let me just delete those. So full name. Next, I don't think we need to change anything on this part. Okay. All right. There you go. So we've made sure that everything is in here. Save prompt again, and let's do another test. Hopefully we get it this time. Okay, another one. Trimming, and then it's a yes. And then the project details, add that right there. And the email and submit. Okay, there you go. So let's see right here. Hey, David Miller, thank you for sharing your project details. So based on the lawn size of 2,000 square foot and the services you selected, this is the calculation. So it was able to provide this exact calculation for this project. So let me just check on my end if this is the correct calculation for this. Of course, I'm not going to do math in front of you guys, but let's see here. Mowing, weeding is okay, that's right. And then the estimated range should be 510 to 624. So I think it was able to get the estimated range for this project. And then it also provided us with the inclusion and also a note. So we did ask the AI to present us with the note that this is just a rough estimate, and the final pricing depends on the assessment itself. So with this that we built right here, what you can add additionally to this tool is, a webhook connection. So every time someone completes this form, anytime someone gets this exact result that you are seeing right here, you can set up a webhook connection so that you can get notified, or you can Robin says, I love the troubleshooting. It helps us to see what can go wrong and how to fix this. Yes, I mean with AI, there will be troubleshooting when it comes to AI. So it still needs a bit of a human touch, or a Kim's touch, something like that. So yeah, like what I was saying, you can add like a webhook connection to this tool also. Get get this more automated by doing that. So I highly suggest adding that, or you can also add like a system prompt to the AIs and ask them to like book a consultation if you want. Janeiro said, I have a similar form and stuck on the webhook. Can I send the info to Google Sheets? Yes, exactly, you can send the info to Google Sheets. What kind of automation platform are you using for the connection, Janeiro? Are you using make.com, high level, or Zapier? Deb says, can we get a copy of this in IntelliForm? Of course. Let me just get this right here. Oh, didn't go back. That's not where you can get a copy of that. There you go. And share. Copy, duplicate link. Okay, so that's what we want. And let me just paste it here on the chat. So this is the duplicate link for this IntelliForm. There we go. Andre says, to keep it at no cost, I use PipeDream for automations. I haven't used PipeDream yet. Andre, is it like is it also it also works like make.com, something like that? Janeiro says, I would like to use Pablo. Okay. So if you are having issues with your webhook connection, Janeiro, feel free to send me a message. I'm also on school. If you want, you can just send me a quick message on school, send me a screenshot. Or you can also send an email to support@askspot.ai so that I can check what's going wrong with the form to webhook connection. Yeah. And Andre says, I find it much easier than Zap and Make. Yeah, I think I'll have to take a look at that. Look at that platform, Pipe Dream. Don says, shouldn't the answer to the question, is this a one-time or recurring service, be a select one or the other instead of a yes or no? I think yeah, we can actually change that to be the one or the other. I think I get what you're saying, Don. Right here, right? Is this a one-time job or a recurring service? So if that's the case, you can just change this options right there, right here, to be a one-time job or recurring service, because I think with the logic that was in here is that you can select yes if you are looking for ongoing maintenance. So Janeiro said, I'll look into 5.3. Okay, awesome, awesome. Are the links docs going to be an AskSpot as I'm on my cell phone right now? All of the live help sessions that these are all being recorded basically, and we are adding them and posting them into the AskSpot user community group. Eric, I think you're already in here, right? So I can mention you once I posted the recording of this tool build right here so that you'll easily see that. But if you're not yet on school, let me know. Yes, I'm there. Okay, awesome. That's great. I think everyone here is already on school, right? If you are not, guys, you are missing out. You need to be on school. There's a lot of we post all of the AskSpot updates on school. here. Anyone else maybe has any questions regarding AskSpot or regarding this build right here? Eric says, great job. Thank you, Kim. Thank you so much for that, Eric. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. Let's get that. All right. So I think that's it for Tuesday's session. I really, really, really appreciate you guys for joining this live help sessions. And if you need anything or if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Okay. I'll be happy to assist you anytime. Thank you all for joining and have a great Tuesday. Bye bye.